Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the
first show. We start with our first section where we talk about daily subjects, daily issues we're dealing with, and the subject that makes our life interesting. And today's subject is related to a previous episode. We talk about morning routines. Today we're gonna talk about night routines. So we're not gonna talk about morning people, night people, whatever, but there are people who work on their morning routine to have a good day. But isn't night routine helping you or preparing you for the next day as well? Do you keep a night routine? If you do, what do you do?
So I never thought about it as
a
night routine. Yeah. But what I can say about it, the best day that I live is the day that I stay later than the other person next to me, and
if you want me to sleep before you, you can just say, "Oh, well, I will gladly help."
So yeah, it helped me to boost a little bit of my ego because I'm competitive. I'm not competitive in not a lot of things, but I'm competitive in my area, and the idea that I work harder than everybody else.
Yeah.
So on and so on. So that the first thing make me a little bit happy because I did accomplish what I did. But also before going to sleep, for sure, I think about the to-do list of the next day. Why I do that is trying because I have the latest perspective on things, so I adapt my schedule and adapt what I need to do and try to prioritize them. So the next morning when I go to work, I immediately know what I need to do, so I don't waste that 1 hour or 1 hour and a half to put me in perspective and things, to see what I have or don't have, or try to do one thing and forget that there is other things which are we have more priority than the others.
Yeah.
So it's not as a routine as it is, but two things to summarize my life. I want to feel good that I did accomplish good, and the next thing is take a little bit ahead on the next day.
Yeah, don't you do that in your morning routine already, planning your day and all?
I don't plan my day in the morning routine. And
you take your time to, like you said.
And the morning routine is either I do sport activity, so I naturally think about myself, and I think that I did accomplish one thing before the others. I put in perspective everything, so I am grateful for my word, and I think that I can accomplish, like saying you did it, congratulations. Sometimes I try to read, sometimes it depends on the time, but sometimes I read books, so I am more out of my world, more in my imagination of how it will go in the future. But other than that, the moment I go to work and put myself, it's just start, and this is it. Try to not waste time on it.
Yeah. I think night routines are really important. Like I said the last time, I find it really hard to wake up really early and have a morning routine. But the night routine, I really keep. So, like I said, it's really important for me to have a night routine. Whenever I do one of the things that I'm gonna talk about right now, the day I sleep better, and the next day goes really better. So I try to think about the next day, like you said, have a to-do list, what I want to accomplish before just living through that day. I try to relax as much as I can. Take a moment, like half an hour or 1 hour before sleeping, to just enjoy a movie, or better yet, a book. Whenever I read a book, I feel really relaxed and I sleep better. And when I sleep better, I wake up better the next day. So I try to like do my beauty routine at night, feel like I am taking care of myself. So whenever I do anything of these things, I try to keep off my mobile phone because I try to reduce watching the TV or staying on my phone late or just having a screen in front of me because it helps me sleep better. So reading a book or just meditating or just whatever it is you can do. I try to stay away from screens because it will help me sleep better. So I try to read books or meditate or just go for a quick walk around the house.
Or eat with your husband.
Or eat, but try to avoid eating right before sleeping because that will not help as well. But yeah, I sometimes watch series as well because it helped me entertain myself and have a good laugh before sleeping. So it is really important to think about it before sleeping and to be wait for to be positive about the next day, positive about the future. That way you sleep better and spend the next day better. So yeah.
Moving on to section
number 2, where we read inspiration quotes to inspire each other. And today's quote is sometimes our fate resembles a fruit tree in winter. Who would think that those branches would turn green again and blossom, but we hope it, we know it. Said by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, our fate resembles a fruit tree in winter. Because we know the cycle of life, we know that sad big tree that has no leaves or no flowers will eventually have green leaves again and flowers again. So we already know that. It's not always the same thing about fate because we don't know what will happen eventually, but we hope for the good and we try to believe that things will get better, things will get the way we want it. We will get because without hope there is no life, there is no going forward. So we have to hope no matter what happens, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to succeed in whatever it is the thing that you want to succeed, you need to believe and have that faith. I have a question, to be honest, in that area, because I'm not there yet. Why in our culture, when you have a kid, you have the faith that he will be a good person?
It will turn out to be
But when we have a company, sometimes we don't have that faith. We stop believing that it will succeed, that it will be the best company yet. I know there is a part where there is the human thing and emotion and goes on.
No, it's different. This is like a kid we're talking about. They can breathe and grow on their own,
but
and
I'm
the
talking about the
company
faith,
needs to.
because even though that kids go in college and do very bad things and go use drugs or whatever it is,
That's
or
called
go
teenager phase. So
yeah, so why we still believe that they will turn their life around, but if we are faced in our company with a lot of difficult things, perhaps close enough to bankruptcy, we stop believing. I know it's not that different. I know that there is humanly thing that automatically push you to love your kids a different way, so that's why I will not go deep on that. But at the same time, from my business perspective, I think that you need to have that blind belief that you will succeed in a way or another, that you either will succeed or you will succeed, and this is it. Like,
Yeah. Obviously, if you believe enough, it makes a difference. It makes a difference that you believe in something positive, or you just, if you don't believe in it, it you will never know if it will succeed or not. You have to blindly believe that it will work out just great, and obviously work toward that. Um, in order for it to actually blossom and work good. But I think that you asked the question, and you guys can give your opinions and what do you think about it below, and tell us your answer regarding this question. But I would say that the first thing that you were referring to is like something that we are used in life. Everybody has kids, most of them, people who can, obviously, and that's how life goes. That's the cycle of life. They have kids, so it's normal. They will wait and believe that these people, these little beings will become something good, something huge. But not everybody has a company, so it's still in not that known territory. There are too many question marks, and there are a lot of people that actually fail, or we see their failure and they give up on their little baby like a company.
You see the failures of others also, and when they raise their kids, they're not failing because you cannot control everything, but we know a lot of people who their kids didn't go in the same way that they did plan them to go, but we don't say, look at them. So I think
we will not have kids because they might turn out bad. Yeah, like I said, it's something like for thousands and thousands of years. It's been always the same, so it's something that everybody's used to, whereas launching your own company is really a new concept, so not everybody will take the risk, I would say, to try something new. Human beings usually tend to wait and see other people's experience, and whenever the percentage of success is high enough, then they will try it, so I think it's not really shocking for me. You just need to, it's like a self-discipline, self-learning how to actually keep believing and keep being positive until you succeed, because like we said, failure is not the end stop. It's not if you fail, you just keep on trying until you succeed, because success is actually I would say the end goal. If you fail 7 times, if you go down 7 times, you have to get up 8. So yeah, it's not easy, it's new, but we try to push through, I would say. Push through.
Yeah, it's good idea to think about it or see it in perspective, but other than that, you need to believe.
If you believe that your company is your baby, then you will give it everything you can. Yeah. So think of it as your baby.
Thank you very much for this. So if you have any perspective or any idea about this, don't hesitate to comment. We are intrigued. It's a good subject to discuss about it. So send us comments or messages in LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on. And guys, see you next time.
Bye.